Hello everyone and welcome back to Victoria 3. We've skipped a couple of months here just because I had some issues with the recording, but, well, welcome back. We have vassalized, well, puppeted, I guess, the Ottoman Empire, Persia, and Tripolitania, and because of that, and because of our huge amount of infamy, currently at 208.9, well, I guess Prussia's up at 95.7 as well, we are being cut down to size by the Austrians, and Prussia has abandoned us, so we do still have the Finnish, the Ottomans, Persia, Kalat, and Tripolitania against right now just Austria and Krakow. But France is leading Austria. It looks like the Netherlands is leading Austria, Belgium, Sweden, and Spain. Really, France is the big one there, but nobody is leaning in our direction. So we are still running a bit of a deficit, and I've had to increase even more consumption taxes to get us even to that amount of negative, which is horrible. So yeah, not exactly great. We are in for some dire straits here, and our greed taking on the Ottomans and that puppet war is very much coming back to bite us. Now, if the French don't join the war, which, yeah, I don't know if they will or won't. If the French don't join the war, then we have some amount of hope here, but let's take a look at that overview. Which front? South Tyrol fronts. There's nobody there because apparently the Ottomans don't care to defend their own borders. We do have an offensive planner here, and that could be a good thing, pushing in the soft underbelly of Austria. But why is nobody mobilized? Is this going to be something where puppets are just entirely useless and feel like letting their own men get taken out? I mean, where are they? We have 113 here. This is all our own troops. It doesn't look like they're anywhere at all, which is not exactly great. Netherlands has sided with Austria. For right now, I don't really care about that so much. Really, the more important thing is that we had to cycle our production method for artillery, so we are currently a little bit struggling here because of the equipment adjustment penalty, which is pretty bad. Yeah, offense and defense both struggling a lot, and we're going to take quite a few losses on the initial attack because of that, so we'll have to see. We have an defensive strategist there. We're going to have to mobilize our offensive strategist here, and let's go to the Southern Tyrol Albania front, which is in Turkey. Well, Ottomans, I guess, not really Turkey, which is the peninsula in the east, but it's in the Balkans. And the fact that the Ottomans aren't mobilizing anybody is just awful. I wonder if it's because they hate us, because they probably do hate us, and we're going to go ahead and improve our relationships with them. Yeah, they're hostile. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's probably why they abandoned. So, we're fighting on behalf of a puppet that we just received. East India Company, which is going to be fighting into... Well, no, they don't have any land borders here, which is lucky for us, otherwise the Sikhs would definitely be a problem. We have more mobilized troops than they do, and Austria is notoriously fragile this early on, but yeah, running a deficit, not a good thing here. And we're trying to build paper, of all things, because even though we do have a shortage, well, not quite a shortage, but artillery is very expensive, paper is more expensive, and so we're dealing with our goods shortages to try to balance our budget, but we may end up going bankrupt just because of our sheer amount of early game greed. If I had to do this again, definitely go for Persia. Probably don't keep pushing after that. Puppeting the Ottomans turns out to have been a nastily horrible idea. So you can see our defense is going up. Their offense actually is less than our defense, so we might be able to hold here just for a little while, and our values will keep going up. And my intention is just to hold, too. So, if we look at the war goals here, we have Austrian war operations, that's it. They're trying to cut us down to size, which means that they need to be on the offensive, they need to be pushing in. We really don't quite so much, and that is something we can definitely use to our advantage. I'm going to mobilize one more just to defend the West Galicia Perm front. It should merge if we lose ground here, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And there's a whole lot of I'm going to be sorry going around right now. I mean, look at this. We're down to 9.1 standard of living. We still haven't gotten rid of serfdom. We've dropped our GDP About the only thing going positively for us is population, and even that isn't all that much. So let's go ahead and reform our government here. Let's get the armed forces out for just a minute, and we could go in with either the industrialists or the intelligentsia, not both, because an illegitimate government is not exactly great for us, and it looks like the industrialists give us unacceptable. Okay, so if we reset and we exit that, let's go ahead and go into laws. It would be nice to get agrarianism instead of traditionalism. The bureaucracy is something we can eat right now. We need the taxation capacity, because right now we have about 77.8 thousand in unrealized taxes, and all of that would take care of our deficit quite nicely. So we're just going to be defending for right now. In fact, you can... well, he is an expert offensive planner. It's just if we take a look here, our offense has nothing on their defense, even with that increase. So we're going to go on the defensive only, and just try to hold for right now, while we get rid of our equipment malice. I mean, look at this. If we get... we're losing... oh, how much? 50% from equipment adjustment? But that's going away, and it's going away slowly, which is an issue, but it is going away. So let's try to plan here a little bit. We are going to have to use our admirals. If I can force a landing in the Tyrol area, I guess, well, southern Tyrol and Venice, we might stand a chance. The initial engagements, if they're pushing in and we have the same sort of luck as the AI does, we should outnumber them. Not here. Yeah, even though they blundered, we are going to lose that engagement pretty handily, which is a little bit upsetting, but at least we're holding in a couple other areas for now. Yeah, for right now. That's okay. We'll have to see what gets better ticking. We're out war sport ticking them right now. But that may not last. And let's go ahead and fix up our industry a little bit. We need artillery. So let's get some gunsmiths going on. We can build those in Minsk. Let's get 2, and then we'll finish up our other paper factory, which will definitely help with the economy. And this is still... this is all one front, or is this 2? Very hard to tell right now. The Ottomans are now defending, and that will take off some of the strain. But we need to push back in, because it looks like that's enough. Let's take a look at the make peace section. They're ticking at -0.34, we're ticking at -0.41. So as it stands right now, we are... oh no, this is separate fronts still, otherwise there wouldn't be 2 different battles. This is very nice. Go Ottomans. Now, if we take a look, they have... jeez, it's very hard to tell which front is which. If we take a look here, Battle of... that's the Lesser Poland Perm front. I don't know why they're separate. It's only showing me one line. Okay, I guess no, that's 2 lines. So they have 250 regular battalions, and on this front they have 184. On the other front that doesn't... okay, that's 64 there. So what is that? 240-ish? Plus 67, which means that they have mobilized some of their conscripts as well. If we can get... because we have larger flotillas than they do, if we can get a naval invasion going... Dnieper has no... jeez. Get Fabian. Can go to Venice here. Friedrich von Berg is our only option, and he has 10,000 men. Does not exactly inspire confidence, but we're going to go for Venice with him. We may as well... oh, come on. Naval invasion, Venice, Friedrich von Berg. Even if we can establish a beachhead there with only 10,000 men, that will at least give us something. In the meantime, we can take Vasily, and we're going to be raiding the Austrian convoys. Let's go here for that raid, and then we'll take these guys, and we'll oh no, we'll not naval invade. Oh, we can actually. Let's take a look. Istria, Nikita Lazarev, only 10 ships, so we could. Oh no, nope, that's our big army. 10 ships with 100,000 men is very much not worth it, because you don't send detachments here, you send the entire army off, which is not great. We are losing this. It's a little bit upsetting. If we were at full equipment, we would be winning, but we're not. Input goods shortages, dies. not exactly ideal. And 4 idle mobilized generals? Yeah, I guess these guys are mobile. Well, that's fine. They're defending, they're slowing down. They'll be around the other two, just not commanded, which will prevent us from getting a little bit of attrition. Pretty nice thing there, honestly. Not the worst. And once our offense gets going here, after the equipment adjustment, we will be able to pull through the Austrian defenses. Prussia is losing a war, so I'm glad we didn't go in on this one. We'd be losing a war fighting with Prussia and against Austria here, so not exactly ideal by any stretch. This is not lost. This is far from lost. The real issue is that it's keeping us from fixing our economy, which, yeah, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Low market access in Minsk, Alaska, and Urals, so we need to get a move on railways, but I haven't been able to build any universities yet, so we're still ticking along a little slowly for research. Well, this is not great. So the Austrians are pushing in again and again. They're outnumbering us on the offensive. I wonder, I mean, shit. Why is it that I'm outnumbered on the offense and the defense? I really don't quite get it. If any of you guys know, I'm all ears, because I really just don't understand sometimes why that works the way that it does. In terms of our invading forces, they're fighting off an interception here. We have the numbers. Well, it's a big fight, though. It is leaning in our favor. Should be able to break through there. I think that's fine. And if we can break through there, we might be able to get into Venice. And that would make my day, because we are getting pushed back viciously. We take a look at our military situation here, and, well, no, we want production methods. And back into Rostov. You can see only a quarter lost now from equipment adjustments, so we are getting far closer to full fighting strength. And then we can turn this around. We can drive into Austria. This war is very far from over. Jeez. The population is going to hate us. And it's going to be a slow economic start as well, so definitely not something I'd advise doing. We've gone a little too far. It's always nice to know your limits, and this is something we have failed to do. So let's turn things around here. The Ottoman support has been very nice. We've been grinding them down a little bit, and they don't have that many men compared to us, so we might be able to grind down their strength if we go on the offensive in Lesser Poland. So that would be... who is that? Which general do I have here? Matvey. He is... this guy, I believe, is an expert artillery commander, which means he's better on the offensive, so let's do that. And let's switch him to offensive there. Very nice. Peace treaty, war reps, fine. Ooh! We have a beachhead, and we're going to viciously exploit it. So let's get another... let's get everybody who's mobilized here into the soft underbelly of Austria. We're going to split them apart at the seams. I love it. They're moving men over, but we can get a little bit more progress, and they're not going to be able to contain our numbers. So look at that. Naval invasion to the rescue in this fight. It's otherwise going incredibly poorly. Sometimes I've seen this glitch, by the way. This is not a naval battle. This is a land battle, but it has a naval battle insignia. I have no idea why. None at all. So we are outnumbered here now, briefly, kind of. 93,000 men. They've moved somebody. Who do they move? They moved the guys here. Okay, we can go on the offensive stance there. And they've moved here, so let's go on the offensive here and make them very much regret leaving that open. So even if we start to get ground down a little bit, look at that. It pivoted right away in the war support category. They were beating us. Now they're down by about 7%. Very nice. And we can hold them off for just a little bit while more men get to the front. Let's see. Oh, okay. Being embargoed. That's fine. What about my front here? Are they just defending now too? Let's attack. I've had it with this nonsense. We're going to be pushing forward on all fronts. Grind them down, fight them out. 17 versus 17, this is bullshit. We should be having 100,000 men attacking, or at least 65,000 would make me feel a lot better. But the defense does go well here, and it has pulled away oh so many troops. Look at that, 22 versus 3. Yeah, we're going to push back this this advance here and into Austria proper. So that could have gone worse than it did. We're going to leave it there for right now and pick up with the fight to save the Russian Tsarlim next episode, so that's tomorrow. So thank you guys for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.